Hi, are you looking for a fun way to finish off the school year? Today I'm going to share with you a free editable resource that I have used just about every year in first and second grade during my career. Let's get started. Today I decided that I'm going to sit outside because it's such a lovely day. Hopefully there's not too much noise from the cars driving by, but hopefully you can see how peaceful the backyard is here. I love it. Okay, so let's get right to it. Every year at the end of the year I do the activity where they have the balloon pop, and I usually do it by number but not by letter. I used to use real balloons in the classroom, but during the pandemic I couldn't, so I made a little video that shows balloons popping, and then behind the screen would be the activity that we're going to do instead of us popping an actual balloon and finding the piece of paper that was inside the balloon, although that is super fun if you want to do that. I found that the kids' ears are super sensitive. I just think it's a gentler way to do it, and the kids really enjoyed it both ways. Anyhow, this is going to be editable, so you can change the activities inside behind the pictures if you want, and I'm going to show you how to do that, and it's also free for you if you want to use it. If you want to change behind, all you have to do is move this, and then tu peux changer les mots, and then you just cover it back up. I don't have any numbers on the ones that are on here, just in the order of which we do it. So like, it was harder if, for example, I thought something in a balloon didn't fit with what we were going to, what the time we had left or what we're going to do. It's really hard to change the numbers on the balloon and change that. So I kind of prefer this way now, so that I can just switch the slides that I'm using, or if I share the PowerPoint with you, you just have to, you just switch the slide that you're going to do. All of the slides right here. If you want to change the slides, you can move them like this, or you can change them by moving them up and down this way. I put what it says behind the balloon in the notes underneath, and you can hide the notes so that they can't see, just in case you've got some really good readers in your class. Down here we have the words that are hidden behind the balloon animation. If you want to hide those, you can click on notes here, and as you can see, it's disappeared so the kids can't see, and it will be gone on every slide here. So I like to change the order based on the special activities that are happening at school, and usually I start these activities in the last 2 weeks of school. I don't like to do it while I'm writing report cards, so I usually start that after report card writing time. Also, these are also sneaky ways for me to be able to get some of the cleanup done, not all at once. So for example, usually when we're finished doing the board game day, I pack up all the board games, and those are done for the year. On the day where we do the crafts, les bricolage, I put all les choses pour bricoler away. It's done for the rest of the year. And then there are some things that I purchase, such as popsicles. I purchase bubbles for one of the mindfulness activities that I teach them. I might purchase one of those windmill things for each child, just to practice some breathing activities. So these aren't the only things that I do in the last 2 weeks, but these are just fun ways to add things in, so it doesn't look as it doesn't seem so monotonous or boring for them. And in the meantime, sometimes I am cleaning up while they're doing all those things. There are some things that I'll put for the last balloon of the day, so that the next day they know to bring such a thing. And I also try to make sure that every kid has a chance to pop a balloon. So I think I have put about 22 activities there. Usually I only have 20 to 23 students in the first and second grade classes. Without further ado, let me start explaining what I do. These are the images that I use. I created a video for each one, so when you click on it, when you're in slideshow, and then if you go up to slideshow, play the current slide, then it'll be like this, and as soon as somebody clicks on it, it'll do that, and then you have to click it again to show the word that was hidden inside. You press play, and then when you click on the image, the animation should happen of a balloon exploding with the sound like a pop sound. So finir l'année avec un bang. Click. Sorry, that's one thing. You have to go out, do this. For some reason it doesn't play each time. You don't have to press play here. You can just push the balloon. Okay, and then escape. Go to the next one. Play from the slide. Click again to show the message. Sorry about that little mistake, but I cannot figure out why it doesn't play when you're just doing it continuously. But you will not probably be doing more than one activity at a time, so it should work okay. Okay, so first balloon, all you have to do is click on it. Choix des centres. Ce matin, vous pourrez compléter les centres de votre choix. So usually nearer to the beginning, I'm starting to put away the center work and stuff like that. The beginning of the last 2 weeks of school, what I mean is, so I'll let them choose which centers that they want to do. I might have some pre-prepared or some that we haven't finished up or some that are reusable type centers that you can put in there that they can do their choice. Usually each activity I do for about, oh my gosh, there is a squirrel on the fence. Right there. Hello, guy. Oh my goodness, I hope he doesn't eat me. Okay. I'm a little bit scared. Okay. Next balloon is Je me souviens. So usually I like to do a souvenir book. Or a page, depends on the abilities of the kids in the classroom that I have, first or second grade, and so on. Would you mind? Va-t'en! Anyhow, so usually I start that near the beginning of the 2 weeks, because sometimes it takes kids a really long time to finish things like that. But it is a really nice souvenir, and also in doing a certain souvenir book like that, it lets you know activities that the kids maybe thought were fun and interesting, and then you can reuse those if you teach the same grade level the next year. Next balloon. Création. Aujourd'hui, nous aurons une longue récréation supplémentaire. So having an extra long recess is a fun thing to do. As I said before, you kind of have to have an idea of what's behind the balloon so that you know what you're popping, so that it's not something that's not feasible that day. Journée du chapeau. Demain, vous pourrez porter un chapeau en classe. So you can wear a hat in class tomorrow. Make sure to bring a hat of your choice. Just something fun. And that's an example of a balloon that you have to do at the end of the day before so that kids know what to bring. Chasse au trésor. Here's another idea that you would have to make on your own. Nous allons à l'extérieur pour faire une chasse au trésor. An example might be just a page with images like a checkmark box beside tree, flower, ant, bird, things like that. And I'll tell you, one year I brought them outside and they absolutely freaked out. They loved it so much. Next balloon, l'ordinateur. Usually I do this one closer to the beginning of the last 2 weeks because that's when the people on the school board are collecting the Chromebooks or the computers, and we can't really use them later, so I usually do it closer to the beginning. L'ordinateur, nous allons avoir du temps libre à l'ordinateur, so free time at the computer, or you can change the words if free time doesn't work for your class and you want to do something different. You can always move this balloon here and then click on the words behind and change the words to fit whatever it is that you'd like to do in your classroom. Next one, le parc. We have a park right beside our school, so that's something that I like to do. It's something special. We don't really go very often. Le parc, nous allons au parc pour jouer ensemble. So we're going to go play at the park. Jour de jouet. Demain, vous pourrez apporter un jouet. So that's another example of the day before. You can bring something, and then obviously the next day I'll give them a little bit of time to do that. Un bricolage. Nous allons faire le dernier bricolage de l'année. Usually this bricolage, I make a windsock type of activity, and it's usually using up some of the stuff that I would really love to clean up or kind of get rid of. So there's a box of who's its and what's its in it. But another idea is for you to give them a craft challenge where you only give them a specific amount of stuff on the table, and then they have to make a robot, or they have to make a bridge, or they have to make a car, or you can say whatever, and then you give them a time frame. And those open craft activities actually usually take a really long time, and that works really well for if you have kind of a box of craft stuff that you kind of want to get rid of. Nous allons à l'extérieur pour jouer avec nos amis. This one here is a time where I kind of teach them to be bored. So, but you can change it if that's not what you like to do, but I find that kids need to practice being bored. So basically, the rule is you go outside, you can bring the materials that you need to be outside with, but we're not going back inside to get things that we need. And you're not talking to Madame to figure out what it is that you can do. You guys are figuring out on your own. And we're going outside for a specific amount of time, and you have to figure it out. And you can even talk about, like, sometimes in the summertime you get bored, so you need to figure it out, and we're practicing right now. Jeux de société, nous jouerons à des jeux de société et à des jeux de cartes. You can have them bring the board games in, or you can use the board games that are already in your classroom, or the card games that are already in your classroom, and you just have a time where they can play. One of the things I used to do was to have a time where everybody had to put the puzzles away, and then one year we figured out that some of the puzzles I had got all mixed up, and they were very similar, but the pieces were not the same, and it took us like literally all day to put them back together, and I think I got rid of those afterwards because it was so frustrating. Serviettes de plage, demain apportez vos serviettes de plage. And the reason why they're bringing their beach towels is because the next day we're going to do a reading activity. So some of the things I have in mind, something that we're going to do the next day, and they'll ask what for, and then you can tell them what for or not tell them. It's up to you. The next one is in the morning, lecture autonome. Éteignez les lumières et faites la lecture autonome avec une lampe de poche. In my classroom, I have flashlights, mostly for everyone, or you may have special lights, or you can ask them in the day before, bring in your beach towel and a flashlight. You can turn all the lights in the classroom, and they can read books with flashlights to their friends on top of their towels. Lunettes de soleil, demain apportez vos lunettes de soleil. You can wear your sunglasses all day. That's another fun idea. La pleine conscience. This is one of the reasons why I put les lunettes de soleil before. So we're going outside. Usually I try to do the times that we're going outside, try to get them done in the morning, because in Windsor it gets super duper hot, and sometimes they don't let us go outside because it's so hot. So it's a good idea to plan your outside activities in the morning when it's less hot and the sun's not burning down on you as much. So la pleine conscience, nous allons à l'extérieur pour faire une activité de pleine conscience avec des bulles. But you would maybe do it in the classroom beforehand. So you practice breathing hard, like that, and then you practice breathing slowly. Letting the air out really slow and long. And you can talk about how it makes them feel when they breathe it out really slow and long, and how it makes them feel if they do it really fast and hard. Anyhow, because that's good practice for when you're blowing in the balloons, because oftentimes the little kids have trouble with blowing out the bubbles. I said balloons, but I meant bubbles. Grosse craie. Nous allons à l'extérieur pour dessiner sur le trottoir avec la grosse craie. So I have a box of sidewalk chalk, and we have a time where we go outside and draw with sidewalk chalk. Definitely not on the walls. Sometimes you have to mention that. Une minute pour gagner. Nous allons jouer un petit jeu appelé a minute to win it. Vous devez terminer une tâche dans une minute. In the past, I did a bunch of minute to win it ones. I would say after my experience in grade 1 especially, don't do more than 2 of those, because sometimes you can't get it that everybody can do it all at once. You take turns. But one of the ones that I really like is you have a bunch of marshmallows, and you give each child a pair of chopsticks and a cup, and they have to try and get as many marshmallows into the cup as they can, and then afterwards they can keep that and eat it. Or if you don't want to do it with marshmallows, you can do it with some type of cereal. Maybe Cheerios even, so like if they can't do the grabby part, they can try to scoop it through the hole kind of thing. And then afterwards, if they don't get a lot of them, I just fill up the cup with whatever it is that we're picking up so that everybody can have the same amount. It's still fun. Un surnom. Faites une étiquette de nom et choisissez un surnom que tout le monde vous appellera pour la journée. So you pick a nickname, you make a name tag, and everybody can call you by that nickname today. Glace à l'eau. Surprise! Nous allons à l'extérieur pour manger une glace à l'eau. So this is the one where I have popsicles, and it's just a surprise that I have prepared ahead of time. Bring a bunch of popsicles. Make sure you put your name on it before you put it in the freezer, because sometimes those things go missing. And also a side note, at my school anyway, we have a lot of people who newly arrived to Canada and they have never eaten a popsicle or a freezy before, and it's really fun to watch them eat one for the first time. Journée pyjama. Demain, vous pouvez porter vos pyjamas à l'école et apporter une peluche aussi. So tomorrow's pajama day, you can also bring a stuffy if you want, or a stuffed animal. The next day, we have une collation et un film. Demain, vous pourrez apporter une collation et nous regarderons un film. So sometimes I have them bring in their own snacks, but I usually do bring some popcorn that they can have. Here's another one. Félicitations, je vous remettrai des certificats de la fin de l'année. So everybody gets a different certificate. And I believe the thing that I bought from first grade Frenchies was the one that I like the most. It has little emojis. There are so many different categories that you can pick. And there's certainly something that you can find for each child, and they really like the recognition, and you can say something special about each child at the end. And then une danse. Nous allons faire notre dernière danse ensemble cette année. So usually use Madame Mindset videos, but sometimes we do just dance. Sometimes we do just songs that we liked throughout the year, and we just have some fun. And we move all the desks around, and so we have enough room in the middle. And no running. Okay, so there you have it. That's the activity that I used in the last 2 weeks of school. I find that kids really enjoy it. I have a lot of fun. You're planning ahead because you know what you're doing, but it also makes it a fun way to let the kids know. It seems to them like a surprise, even though this is kind of what you do every day. Any way that you can make it more fun for them is going to make your life a little bit easier, because they definitely have a lot of energy at the end of the year, which is good, but also hard for teachers at the end when you're super tired. Something else I wanted to mention was that I do have new stickers available at the coffee.com store. So if you would like to support the Madame Mindset channel, definitely go check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description box below. And if you support the channel, you get a shout out in Madame Mindset videos, and you also get some free activities that you may be able to use with your child or your students. And also, if you become a patron now, there is an exclusive patron Madame Mindset t-shirt that you can get after 3 months of a membership. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely you should sign up to that. And my patrons get special teacher activities. Sometimes you get to try out things that I have made that I'm curious to see how it works in other classrooms other than my own. And the last thing I want to say is just thank you so much for the support this year and last year and the year before. It means a lot to me. I really enjoy doing all this stuff, helping other teachers in the classroom and other kids in the classroom. Make learning French fun and engaging is something that I have really found a passion for, and I am so glad that all of you enjoy the stuff that I'm making. I hope you all have a wonderful end of the year. You certainly all deserve it. I know in all the schools that I've been in this year, I see everybody working so hard, and so I know you've been working hard too. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I just wanted to let you know that, just in case you don't hear it very often, because sometimes we don't, but you are amazing. And you deserve this break. I hope you get a lot of rest this summer. You may want to click that like button, and if you subscribe and click the bell, then you get notified when I make a new video. That way you won't miss any content that I make. Guess what just arrived? The stickers. So I'm going to show you what the stickers look like real quick. Okay, so I have not opened these yet. Taking a look. Okay. Ooh, the Meta Mindset rainbow heart stickers. And the Meta Mindset blue vinyl stickers, all circles. And if anybody is looking for a place to make stickers, I got these done at Sticker Mule. So excited. I really like this one. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.